Well,
all right!
Welcome back to That Should Be. Paul Bertolino here, and I'm, of course, back with Crystal Durant, DJ Crystal Clear.
Thank you.
And Tommy Von Voigt. Yeah, and we're discussing the 60s as we have been for a couple of years now, but we're really moving in deep. The 60s are starting to become the 60s.
Yeah.
And this is 1962. And you know, I mean, because like 60 and 61 still had pretty strong 50s elements. I feel like when you get to 62, like the 60s really start coming in.
They start coming into their own. Yeah. You can feel
like a
it.
freight train.
Yeah.
Even though
Freight
there's
train.
still some straggly 50s.
Oh yeah.
When you look through the charts, but
and I'm working a lot of straggly 50s.
I know that you are. I know that you are.
You will be into the ground.
Yeah, because as I read these things, I was like, oh yeah, Tommy. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do that too. I kind of go, oh, I bet Tommy has this one.
I wonder if they were right.
We'll see.
You never know. But we'll find out because Tommy starts
right now.
Start in 1962.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my magical list out here. So, 1962. I have a couple of honorable mentions. I don't do this every year, but I definitely have a few for 62. I want to give a shout out to Sherry, the Four Seasons. Don't Hang Up by the Orlons. And Shout, Shout, Knock Yourself Out by Ernie Maresca. So,
wow.
Yep, those are my honorable mentions.
Oh, honorable mentions.
Honorable
Okay.
mentions. Yeah.
I'm going to turn another light on here. Keep on going.
Oh,
keep
right.
going.
Ooh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, the studio magic.
There we go.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes works.
Yes, behind the scenes, as it should be. All right, so getting into my top 10 for 1962. Coming in at number 10, Bring It On Home to Me, Sam Cooke.
Oh, yes.
I know. Yeah, I know. Number 9, I Can't Stop Loving You, Ray Charles. So good. Number 8, Big Girls Don't Cry, The Four Seasons. Yup. Number 7, making its first appearance in my lists, and it won't be its last appearance in my lists, The Locomotion, this time by Little Eva.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, so the big question is, when will this make a return? Because there's two strong possibilities.
Yes, at least 2.
So if you had to guess which one it was going to be,
My guess is the latter.
Be the other one.
I'm going to guess the latter of the two.
you know full well which one's going to be.
Exactly.
But you out there in TV land, just stay tuned. Just future episodes to see when The Locomotion comes back again. Number 6, Beechwood 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, The Marvelettes.
Oh, yes.
Right?
So good.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that song.
Number 5, I did warn everybody that I was not going to stop with the doo-wop until it was forced on me. So I've got number 5, Remember Then by the Earls.
Remember Then.
Oh, I don't know that.
Remember.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, wow.
Number 4. Now this is interesting. Number 4, He's Sure the Boy I Love by the Crystals, except it's not actually the Crystals, it's actually Darlene Love and the Blossoms.
Right.
Phil released it and called it the Crystals, which I from what I understand, the Crystals were none too pleased about this.
None.
But fortunately, Phil Spector would never do that again. Number 3, we've got Telstar by the Tornadoes, an excellent early 60s instrumental.
Telstar?
Okay, so you know the melody. It's
Oh, got it.
Yep,
Right.
amazing.
Oh, wow, Telstar. Oh, I forgot.
Number 2, He's a Rebel by the Crystals. Oh, wait, no. Holy shit. That's actually also the Blossoms. Phil, come on. How could you do it? How could you do it twice?
Phil being Phil.
Phil's got a Phil.
Phil's got a Phil.
But my number 1, 1962, by Freddie Boom Boom Cannon, Palisades Park.
Yeah.
You know it.
I knew it.
You know it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And that is 1962.
Oh, damn. He's 1962ing like there ain't been no 1962ing before.
I shut it down. So now they're going to go next. I don't know what they're going to bring to the table. They're probably just going to duplicate my list. Do you want to just take my phone? You just read it?
Sure. Yeah.
It'll make you look good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Crystal's toying.
All right, it's my turn. Okay. This is where it begins to get really difficult. And I can't do honorable mentions or runners up because that list would be 20 songs long.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I tried to not do that.
Yeah.
There are some
you can. I mean,
ties.
if you're making this list, and you're like, man, but out of all these runners-up, these 5 are really.
Yeah, but I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even narrow it down because they're just
Totally fair.
Too many, yeah.
Totally fair.
So my number 10 song is "The Locomotion" by Little Eva. And my number 9 song is "The Stripper" by David Rose.
I don't know this one.
Oh
wait. Oh yeah. Okay.
The instrumental.
Yeah.
Which slams when it gets to the chorus with the boom bop boom bop. It's so fucking brilliant, and I find it very ironic that it turned into a theme for strippers. Like, it's a perfect fit, but he didn't do that on purpose. It was
Wasn't it called The Stripper?
It is, but that was after it became like he was playing it in nightclubs.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then one night it was like, oh, we got a dancer, and this chick's like, I love it, and then that's boom, it became The Stripper.
That's really funny.
My number 8 song is "Green Onions" by Booker T and the MGs.
Another instrumental.
Yes, another instrumental.
Oh shit.
My number 7 song is "The Wanderer" by Dion.
Hey.
Yeah, that song smokes.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I would agree.
So good. Barry Sachs. My number 6 song is "I Can't Stop Loving You" by Ray Charles.
Hey.
Yes.
Samesies.
Samesies. My number 5 is "Town Without Pity" by Gene Pitney. Another amazing song.
Nice.
It's just so good. The vocal is just so ridiculous. And it's such a great song. Yeah, this was really hard. My number 4 song is "She's Got You" by Patsy Cline.
Oh.
Got some Patsy in there.
My number 3 song is "Sherry" by the Four Seasons.
Well.
My number 2 song is "Moon River" by Henry Mancini. Another
That's
instrumental.
a fuck yes.
And my number 1 is "Twist and Shout" by the Isley Brothers.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. And boy, was that hard. That was difficult.
That's it.
So you had like 20 of the songs you wanted to
I did. Because I started to make a separate list, and I was like, I can't even get into this, because then that's just going to happen from now on. And it was too hard. I spent an hour trying to whittle down to like
just to that.
Yeah.
just to that, and I couldn't do it.
Well, look at how strong 62 is. I mean, just 2 lists read off already, and there was only 2 songs that was overlapping.
Yeah,
Well, let's see if Paul
Good
brings
year
a
for the beginning of the
bunch
rock
of
and
different
roll.
stuff too.
Nah, there's some different stuff. And let's find out.
Shall we?
Okay. I'm going last. I am last.
But definitely not least.
That is right. Last, but shortest, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. I've got to look at my phone here. All right. So I have okay. I have. Oh, I don't have any runners-up. I don't have any runners-up for 1962. It turns out. But I do have my 10 songs, and my number 10 is "I Remember You" by Frank Ifield. Now, this is a really. Do you guys? I think you guys
Wait,
know
is this
song?
the guy that they put out that split record with the Beatles?
Nobody
Nobody had anything to do with how Frank Ifield
No, I'm glad
was.
you brought this up, because now the Beatles used to do this song "I Remember You" when they were in Hamburg,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and I remember hearing the Beatles doing it with Paul on vocals, and I liked the song. And I had one of those VJ albums on the VJ label, and it was the Beatles versus Frank Ifield.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I had that record. It's one of those records that you just sort of acquire. I didn't buy it. It just like appeared in the apartment one day, and I didn't know who the hell Frank Ifield was. But then, in kind of recently, I heard the actual version on like one of those air checks.
Oh yeah.
And I looked it up. And it's like, oh shit, this is Frank Ifield.
Huh.
Okay, and then that kind of all came together. So I used to think that Beatles versus Frank Ifield record was kind of like a random mashup that the label put together, but like the Beatles were actually doing one of his songs, so it wasn't that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it really felt like nonsense.
It just seemed like
it was
something
a
that the
nonsense
label put
release,
together,
yeah.
but that was not at all.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool.
Right, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Nice little
I mean,
backstory.
granted, Frank Ifield is pretty square. I mean, the Beatles do a better version, and the Frank Ifield version is really square, but but I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
But, you know,
Sometimes
you guys
Square's
know I
all
like
right.
Square music.
That's
Anybody
cool.
remember the Crew Cuts?
So Square.
Shaboom.
Okay, so number 9. Coming in number 9 is Breaking Up is Hard to Do by Neil Sedaka.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, now, I'm going to read my little notes here. As a kid, I was aware that both the original version and I was aware of both the original version and the 1975 remake, but I very much preferred this version. The 70s one sounded like boring adult music to me, and as I became older kid, it started to sound hokey. I just kind of really didn't like the 50s version, and I also didn't like the 70s version because, like I said, it sounded like 70s kind of adult music. But as time has gone on, I've really gotten into both versions, and it's because I love the 70s version so much that 70s version kind of made me understand what a great song it is. You know what I mean? Just like it kind of revealed the song to me.
Yeah.
Kind of more
I gotcha.
anything. Yeah. And yeah, so now I like them both.
When you were a kid, do you remember them at AM stations playing them back to back?
No, when I was a kid, I pretty much always heard the 70s ballad version.
Okay.
And the 62 version is something that, you know, I would see it on TV commercials, or maybe it was on Happy Days or something, you know. And it just wasn't anything that I took that seriously because I didn't hear it on regular hit radio.
Got it. Because my local AM station would play them back to back. And it was so funny. Like, breaking up is hard to do. Cling, don't take your love. That's how I remember it. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well,
It was weird.
I don't know. I don't know how I would have reacted to that. But my number 8 song, You Really Got a Hold on Me by the Miracles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, of course, I was introduced to this song by the Beatles on the Beatles' second album, just simply because that was the first album I ever knew. But it really wasn't long after that I came to know the Miracles version. And, I mean, come on. I mean, fucking Smokey, what are you going to do? Okay, so number 7 is Baby It's You by the Shirelles. And that's yet another song where the first version I knew was actually the Beatles cover, but man, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
You can't.
You don't have to sell us on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm selling them. You guys got to know, all you people, the Shirelles version. And, well, number 6, Uptown by the Crystals.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is a song that I kind of knew from another version too, but it's the 1973 Bette Midler version.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
yeah.
She does, on her second album, or second or first album, she did a version of Uptown that was very Carole King-ish. Mm-hmm. Kind of has that early 70s piano-driven Carole King vibe, but she does it as a medley with like a couple of other songs, and so it's like criminally short, and I long for the song to be complete. And then I finally went and checked out the original version, the Crystals version, and
You realized you didn't need anything else.
and I realized it had to be on my list then.
That's right.
All right, so number 5 is The Lonely Bull by Herb Alpert.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is actually the very first Herb Alpert single, the first Tijuana Brass single. Not the first Herb Alpert, but the first Tijuana Brass single. Yeah. And, you know, because he'd done a series of singles just as a solo artist where he was singing, but those records sank without a trace. And this came about just because he was doing some multi-tracking in his garage with a horn and trying to do multi-tracking, and did this song, and it kind of just turned into a thing.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass are going to get mentioned again on this show. Not this episode, but they will get mentioned again.
They'll definitely get mentioned again.
And possibly not in the most complimentary light.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
It's coming.
And also this track predates the actual Tijuana Brass. It's the Wrecking Crew in the background. He didn't even in the backing. He didn't even have the Tijuana Brass yet.
Okay.
Track number 4, Surfin' Safari by the Beach Boys. Now this, you know, they had Surfin' on as their first single on the first record, and then this is kind of, I guess it's their second single, but the leap from the first single to this one, this leap in quality, because the first Surfin' has like a really, we talked about this in the previous episode, where it sounds really demo-y, it sounds like them in the garage making a demo. This sounds like a real record.
Yeah,
like this is the Beach Boys sounding like the Beach Boys. And, you know, it still has a little bit of that rough and ready vibe, but yeah, the Beach Boys have officially arrived on this track. And track number 3. Now, track number 3. I said on an old episode that I really love Nat King Cole, right? But that he's one of those artists where I don't have like a particular song that stands out as like the song that I love. I just love Nat King Cole. And I love all his stuff. I love his overall sound and vibe. I'll put on any Nat King Cole record and it's all good, right? I was wrong. Uh-oh. There is indeed that one song, and I wasn't going to put it on this list because I thought this doesn't qualify. This shouldn't be on this list. Fuck it. Number 3, The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
That is one of the greatest tracks ever.
Ever.
Yeah, I almost didn't include it because it was Christmas, and I went, no.
This is not the first time Christmas music has been mentioned on this show.
I guess I haven't put...
I mean, I had the Chipmunk song.
Yeah.
A few episodes ago, so...
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about that, but you're right. That is
totally.
a Christmas song.
Totally.
So well, either way, when I was making these lists, and I hadn't heard that from you yet, I was like, I don't know, should I put this as... It's a Christmas song. Should it be on my list? You know what?
Fuck yeah, it's
It not only is it on the list, but it's number 3. Above the Beach Boys. So, there you go. Number 2, we spoke disparagingly of Brian Hyland on a previous episode. Well, I have him at number 2 on my list with Sealed with a Kiss.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Let's say here, the original was done by the Four Voices, but it wasn't a hit, and Brian's version was the first one with a hit. And it always kind of reminded me of the Beach Boys a little bit. It has a little bit of a Beach Boys-y vibe. And I've always loved it. A little bit of an Everly Brothers vibe, too. Great track. But number 1 is a track that I actually suspected would be on Tommy's list, but it was not.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he doesn't like it. But I love this song so much. I have it above the Beach Boys, even Brian Hyland. I have Nat King Cole, the Crystals, the Miracles, the Shirelles, Neil Sedaka, above all of them. Gonna get real with you guys here.
Oh my god, the glasses just came off.
You Belong to Me by the Duprees.
Oh.
What?
You Belong to Me by the Duprees.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have made my list.
Do you dislike that song?
No, dislike it. I just don't love it.
How does it go?
See the pyramids along the Nile.
Oh, right. It's called You Belong to Me?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
I would have thought that would have been on the list.
Wait, who does that?
The Duprees.
The Duprees.
Well, there was another
version.
There was
a terrible cover.
Was
it Dylan that covered it?
Dylan?
I think Bob Dylan covered it.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's
when
on the
was
Natural Born Killers soundtrack in the early 90s.
Oh,
really?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's very bad. It's very, very, very bad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, I think Joe Stafford or somebody did a version.
Man, I would have thought that was like the Platters or something.
No, the Duprees. That's their big moment.
I like that song.
Sorry to disappoint. It's just
no. Hey, you know what? At least you don't hate it.
that didn't check enough boxes for me.
It's a great song.
So.
Oh well.
But I guess on to the next segment.
Okay.
So wait, no. You always. I want to do it. I want to see if I have magic hands.
Okay.
You didn't do it.
Uh-oh.
Watch it work for him.
Okay, so now it is time. It's the big moment you've all waited for. The songs that we hate the most from 1962. And,
show off, Mr. Magic Hands.
Maybe next time, Tommy. Oh, well.
Boy can dream, can he? All right. So, worst of the year. I actually have a tie for my worst of the year 1962. But before I get to that, I do have a dishonorable mention. Ahab the Arab by Ray Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really don't feel like I need to explain.
No,
That is merely runner-up, so you must have some serious shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some serious shit. That is a good way of putting it. All right, so here's the thing. Would this count as Tommy's Treatise?
I smell a Tommy's Treatise?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, so my worst of the year for 1962 is a tie. The two songs that are tied for the worst of the year, they're not the worst songs in the world as far as songs go. The problem is the subject matter, the lyrics, and they're just not okay.
All right.
So my tie is Johnny Get Angry by Joni Summers. tied with "He Hit Me and It Felt Like a Kiss."
Oh damn!
by
Yeah,
the
that was.
Crystals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's some hardcore shit.
Yeah. So.
See, what did I say earlier? Misogyny wins.
Yay, misogyny! Yeah, yeah. Seriously,
man.
those songs. Oof. I mean, that's the kind of song I heard them countless times when I was a kid. You hear on oldies radio, and it just didn't click until much later in life. Just how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny get angry, Johnny get mad, whatever. Yeah,
Give me the biggest lecture I've ever had.
Like, what the fuck are we saying?
I know. I remember being young and being like,
yeah, and I believe
what the fuck's this shit?
The Crystals one, which actually is the Crystals. It's not actually the Blossoms on
that
that.
wow.
time, yeah.
So that one actually.
Yeah, so this is what he gives the Crystals. He gives them that pile of shit. I seem to recall hearing that there was some pushback to that one.
Yeah.
Even at the time in '62.
Yeah.
And justifiably so.
Yeah.
But so that's my tie for the worst of '62, and I think it's understandable.
Those are all thumbs down for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bad.
What about you, Crystal?
Well, I have a 3-way tie.
Whoa!
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're just bad. All right. So it would be, well, I get maybe 2 runners-up and then the worst. How about that? It'll be 2. So the first runner-up is Duke of Earl by Gene Chandler.
Oh no!
Sorry, Tommy.
No.
I can't. Yeah.
As I wander this world.
Yeah. I hate that song. I hate it.
I'm not a fan myself.
I quite like it.
I can't. Just that. And then what makes it
almost made
even
my list.
worse, which has really nothing to do with it, but what makes me hate it even more, is that some hip hop people sampled it for a hip hop
Cypress Hill.
song. Thank you, Cypress Hill.
Hand on the pump.
Thank you,
Is that from 1988?
white boy.
No, that's
No.
No, I don't know when that's
something.
from. I'm thinking that's
screw you. You're cool. I'm out.
No, it's from.
How dare me accuse him of knowing something about 1988?
From the 90s. From the 90s.
It's true. I would pretty much know everything about
90
1988.
what?
But anyway,
Is 90 what?
first
91, 91,
would be 90?
90 or 91.
90 or 91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So, and I
wasn't that
hate it.
far.
I can't stand that song.
Like
And then the second runner-up is "I'm Blue," aka the Gong Gong song by the Ikettes.
I actually don't know this track.
Oh,
You do.
do
I?
You know it.
I must have blocked it out.
Yeah. Gong 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 gong. You know it.
Thankfully, I'm hearing this for the first time right now.
No.
Bullshit.
We will play it, and
Yeah,
you will know,
you
this,
know
song.
the song.
You will know it. But my number 1 is "Ahab the Arab" by Ray Stevens.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's my only comment.
Yeah, that's a good way of summing that song up.
The title alone, I mean, you don't even have to have heard the song before.
Arab.
I had to actually double check. I was like, is it really that bad?
It
And I got
is.
about halfway through when he's talking about Clyde the camel and all this
All that
bullshit. I'm
shit.
just like, God.
It really is that
I don't
bad.
even need to get to the end.
I mean, it just completely falls in with, Mickey Rooney with his eyes
Mickey
taped
Rooney.
down and shit. It's just so
Yeah, it
egregious.
fits right in there. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Okay,
Ray
so
Stevens. And that's making me realize that was his whole career, was stupid parody songs.
Yes.
yeah, Ray Stevens, yeah.
And
didn't
it's
know
not
he-
going to be the
Terrible
last time
ones.
we hear about him on
Yeah,
these lists,
that's
too.
true. Yeah, I didn't know if he did.
The only thing I can say
straight
for
or not.
Ray Stevens is that he also used the Barry Manilow font for his record album,
Oh, that's right.
which
he
is a
did.
positive thing. That's a good
He
thing.
did.
You know,
I
that's
forgot.
it's a good choice.
Manilow
But-
Sands.
Yes.
Manilow Sands.
Manilow Sands.
Hey-oh.
That's a designer joke.
That is good.
Okay, so I have 3 songs for 1962, my least favorites. And I really hate all 3 of them.
Okay.
I really do, hence their inclusion on my list. But there's one that I have definitely above the other 2. But coming up first, "A Town Without Pity Can Do" by Gene Pitney. Oh, I hate that fucking song. But fear not, Crystal, because the other song on my list is Palisades Park.
You motherfucker!
Palisades Park. I fucking hate that song so much.
You motherfucker!
Yeah.
I love it.
I've always hated that song.
You are wrong and broken.
No, let me tell you why. Because you and I grew up, well, I more than you, grew up with that song because it's Palisades, New Jersey.
Well, yeah, I grew up on
I
Long
heard that
Island,
song growing
so I
up
used to
too,
hear
but
it
it
all the
doesn't
time on the
matter.
radio.
Yeah.
Chuck
but-
Barris wrote that song, by the
You're
way.
That's
dumb.
right, he did.
And you're stupid. Anyway, what's
Yeah,
your
well-
other song?
If my stupidity saves me from liking this song, I'll take it. Okay, but really, as much as I don't like these songs, they're my favorites compared to what I'm about to mention. Little Joanne with My Daddy is President.
Oh, Lord.
Jesus
Do
Christ.
you guys know this song?
No.
Hey, you dug
Little
deep.
Joanne, as Caroline Kennedy, singing a song, My Daddy is President, My Daddy is President, what does your daddy do? Yes.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And it is god-awful.
Oh.
God-awful. You know, just the annoying, like, cute kid singing badly
Yeah.
kind of thing that we're all supposed to be like, oh, how precious. It's obnoxious. And,
Oh,
God, I'm not even
and it's
gonna-
yucky. And it's
I'm not
even worse
gonna
than
check it
Palisades
out.
Park.
No.
That
Well,
is
first
new
of all,
to me.
No.
Considerably worse than Palisades
It's
Park.
first of all,
fucking-
no.
I will give you that. It's 1,000
Fucking-
times worse than
What is-
Palisades
what
Park,
is it?
actually.
It's just that there's an implication there. Anyway,
The implication that I don't like Palisades Park.
implication is you're dumb. So my daddy was president. Is that what's my daddy was president? Is president? Is that what's called?
My Daddy is President.
My daddy is president. I'm not even going to look this up because
Little
I'm sure
Joanne, My
it's-
Daddy is President.
It's probably twice as terrible as you're even making out to be. Although, if you please smash that like and subscribe, we'll send you a copy of My Daddy is President. Compliments of As It Should Be.
They smashed that. Yeah. It'll be on the back of a cereal box. You'll have to cut it out.
Oh shit! I had one of those. I forget what it was. I think it was like Mad Magazine put out like a.
Yeah, they did a whole bunch of
Yeah.
them.
Oh shit! It wasn't the best quality.
No.
Girl,
No,
you know
not
it's true.
good for
I
your
wouldn't
needle.
consider it audiophile.
Not good for a needle either. Yeah.
All right, well, we've come to an end of another great year, 1962. What a year, great year. It's a year that I actually love more now than I ever have. I really actually am a big fan of 1962.
Me too. I'd never focused on 62 before.
No,
I mean, I was already about it, as you know, but I'm glad that you both have come around.
I have.
The glory that is
I-
62.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
But we're easing into next week. Will be 1963, and ooh,
63 is hardcore.
63 gets hot.
Very, yeah.
It gets
Hardcore.
real hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, so everybody, thank you guys for watching these videos. Thank you for listening to us babble about these songs and hating each other's songs.
Yeah.
And thank you for subscribing. But you know, if you haven't subscribed, what should they do?
smash that like and subscribe.
Ding the bell.
Yeah.
And if you do, ding the bell. If you do subscribe, click the little bell because you're going to want notifications. And like and comment and, tell the kids, tell the dog. Post it on Facebook.
Put it on
Post it on
TikTok.
Friendster.
Friendster.
And
How about
Yeah.
MySpace?
MySpace.
Put it on
MySpace.
MySpace.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
Friendster.
TikTok.
Wow.
Is that a current thing, or is that a? I don't really social media that well.
I don't know, whatever.
Friendster.
All I know is that we're going to see you next week with 1963.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.